Well, hi there. This is Nancy Reynolds, Stampin' with Nutsy, and I just wanted to let you know that I am here live now, and I'm working really hard to try to get things organized without having the option of using streaming software. It's been a little more difficult, so I know that I've got some spots that are a little shaded today. I'm going to work on getting rid of those. But until then, I apologize and I hope you enjoy the card. This is Seaside Wishes. It is a lovely stamp set. Comes with an hybrid embossing folder. So there are the dies. This fits in the embossing folder, which is right here, so that it'll cut out your sand dollars. It's a fun little set. I had done so much with all the flowered sets, I decided it was time to pull out something I haven't used before, or haven't used yet, and get a little familiar with it. I have my inspiration sheet that I made. It's the Seaside Wishes stamp set, and I've got all of the stamps stamped, and I wanted to show you the die. Let's see if I can get this up high enough. There is a bit of a delay. So here you can see it's got just that impression of all of the sand dollars. Oh, that is my clock. Yes, it's telling me it's a little bit behind schedule. So here are the sand dollars, all cut out. It's got grass blades and sea stars. Oh, and these are so pretty. They could be corals. You can cut them apart if you want to. I left them whole, but I'm going to tell you right now that if you want to use these really intricate dies, I really highly recommend that you use the adhesive sheets. Okay, I'm going to put those back there. And these are the adhesive sheets. Now, I keep mine in a stamp case, but they're really great. They've got a two-sided sticky, you make your own stickers, and those intricate dies, the insides come out, those little chads, they come out really nice when you pull those off. Another thing we're going to use is, let's see if I can get them out. These are the iridescent foil gems, and I truly like these. They're pretty, and I think they add a lot. So here's our card. I'm going to show you what I'm got all my paper. Now I do have the measurements on most of my paper because it's my habit. But if you don't need to take notes, we have a PDF that will be ready for you in a couple of days. And you just need to ask for it. So get with the demonstrator who invited you. Oh, and ask, hi Terry, hi Shirley. I'm glad you like the design. I had kind of fun with it. So I have a piece of Designer Series paper, and you'll notice how muted this is. It is from, oh, I know what it's from. Okay, I don't know what it's from. Here we are, Country Lace. It's one of the Country Lace papers. Very muted, and I thought that would make a nice background for a C card. It's 3 3/4 by 5. My card base is crumb cake. Just a regular card base folded in half. And I like the upper 10 fold, so it's 4 1/4 by 11 or 10.5 by 29.7. My inside layer is 4 by 5 1/4, and it's very vanilla. And I just had a little strip, the perfect length, sitting around, so I cut that off. I already stamped my sentiment. It's a longer stamp, and I was afraid that I wouldn't get it very straight. And so I put it on very vanilla. You absolutely made my day. I like that. So that's just a strip. It's about 5/8 of an inch long and 4 1/4 inches wide. And a bit of crumb cake, which is also 4 1/4 wide. And this one happened to be, I used the strips I had sitting around, and I think this measured about 5/8 inches. And you know, all the metric are in the PDF. here are those cute little, this one hasn't come out yet. There it is. And on the back, I've got adhesive. It makes life so much easier. I cut out sand dollars in Misty Moonlight and Peach Pie. And as I said earlier, I am not an orange person, but boy, do I like this. This is a pretty, pretty color. And then I am going to cut and stamp and cut something out for you. It's just a scrap of Very Vanilla. So let's get started because this card goes together quite quickly. Although I want you to know that I have a new setup and I'm working in my Dreambox table and I didn't bring any of my stamping supplies over. So let's see what I can find. Here we are. I found my tape runner. And I am just going to do this inside piece first because I can. I should probably do the stamping first. Okay, let's go do stamping. I've got Pecan Pie, which is a pretty color. It's one of my favorites. And I've got the little starfish from the set. And I am just going to put a little starfish there in the corner. And that's all I'm stamping on this one. Move the stamp pad before I get Pecan Pie all over me. Although I will say that Pecan Pie is not the color that tends to get all over everything for me. It's blue. Any shade of blue, I open a stamp pad and I almost automatically have blue all over me. Okay, there's the insides all done. And as long as I've got the stamp pad out, let's go ahead and decorate the envelope. I was playing with this last night. Actually, I did some team swap cards for the team that kind of adopted me because I'm direct to Stampin' Up. And I changed the envelope just a little bit, just to have some. And I'm stamping off and turning it. So there's 4 little ones and 1 big one. And then I am going to take the large starfish and put it on my scrap. There we are. And this is what I'm going to cut this one out. I did take, I'm just jumping all over, I'm sorry. I think of something and I just start to do it. So I am going to take this and put some dimensionals on the back and put it on my card base because I love having things, not little bits and pieces everywhere. So there we are, 5, and I'll put this in the garbage can. At least that I did remember to bring over. Otherwise we have dimensional backs all over, wherever that one just went. And I decided to offset my designer series paper. So it's kind of lined up in the upper right-hand corner. Now, one of the things that I need to do, I do have one more thing to stamp, is this just looked plain to me. And they've got these little rocks, like stamps. And I thought it might be fun if I made a design on the rocks. And I will go in and fill in some of those top spots. And I just wanted to turn it so it's not exactly the same everywhere. Whoop. I didn't get that one very good. Maybe I'll just stamp over that spot. And then I'm going to take the little one here and start filling in so that we don't have those big bare spots. All right, there's our piece. The last of the stamping is done. Checking fingers to make sure I don't have any ink on them. This is going to go on here. Now what I noticed last night is I had to cut crumb cake pieces instead of just using the strips I had sitting because I was running out of strips. And so I used, I really liked having a 1-inch strip, and then my little strip just sat right on top of it. But for right now, we're using the strips that I had set aside. That's the nice thing about Seal Plus. If you get a little bit of a hangover on one end of the Seal Plus, you can just tuck it under. So let's see, is that about right? There we are. We'll set that aside. And I'm going to show you, I'm not going to stamp on the table because it would be all over everywhere, that this, there's this little piece right here that kind of looks bent, and you just find that on the die. It's really easy to line this up. So I will be right back. If I can pick it up. There we are. I'm living dangerously. No washi tape is handy. So we're hoping this comes out right. So here we are. Do it here before stamping. It is brave when you adhere before stamping, but there we go. And I think that this piece makes, oh, the die. Gotta put the die away before I lose it. And you know, here we are with the Wink of Stella, because we just have to have something that sparkles. And I thought the starfish would be perfect for a little Wink of Stella. There it is. And now it's basically just putting it together. So here's our card. I like to have my, actually, I'm going to put this on. You're going to think I'm crazy, and that's okay. There's a reason they call me Nutsy. I'm going to put this on because I am going to be slipping, let's see, there it is, the large sand dollar under here. So it goes corner to corner or edge to edge. I'm going to leave a little tiny bit at the bottom because I think that's kind of cute. There we are. And because it's embossed, I want to use my green glue. How smart it would have been to bring my supplies over to this table. Just slather some on. So there's one. Then I'm going to do my two very intricate pieces that have it's got the adhesive sheet on it. This one doesn't have it totally on it. Don't know if you can see, but there's a little piece that's the beige. And I am liking the new beige. If I had really thought about it, I might have used beige scraps for this strip and for the inside. But you just pull up and off, and now I've made a sticker out of my die cut, and I can just lay it down. I'll take my medium-sized pecan pie, or do you say pecan? How do you say that? I say pecan. Place it here, and I've got my little one. Oh, where did my little die cut go? Oh, there it is, right in front of me. Well, that was silly. It was also bad that I sang to you. Sorry about that. Okay, we'll just pop him under there. And see, it's just missing something. And so I took and I use my small ones. I put one of the small dimensionals in the middle of my shiny, sparkly sea star, and popped him in the middle. And then I thought, that's complete. Except, of course, we need a bit more bling. Just a little bit. I've been using my Take Your Pick tool quite a bit lately for picking up things that I drop on the floor. So I'm going to take one large one, put it up here in a small. And then in making my triangle, because I did manage to stamp in the middle, I think I'm going to put it right here instead of on the sentiment. And look, our card is done. What takes time is getting all the little pieces cut and embossed. I hope you like it. Remember that you need to contact the person who invited you so that you can get the PDF with all the measurements and the supplies and the pictures, which is always good. And if you are looking for this particular set, it's in the bundles on page 73. And you get the bundle prices. The bundle is the first number up here. If you wanted it separately, you could order separate, but I love that 10% savings, so I almost always get bundles because I don't think I would want to fussy cut those. I'm pretty sure I wouldn't, and I love embossing folders that cut and emboss at the same time. The Country Woods Designer Series paper is on page 51, which is, it's beautiful paper. I need to find some, need to start working with this set because I think I'm done with flowers right now. And how will you ever find those adhesive sheets? Because we're going to my favorite part of the catalog, the index. I am an index girl. I love having things alphabetical and sorted. So right up the top on page 140 is adhesives. Tells me they're on page 116 to 117. And this is a special page because how many times have you thought, which adhesive should I use for that? It has first of all, it's cute. It's called Sticky Business. Which adhesive is best for my project? Cardstock, it'll have a picture of a card. Ribbon, it has a picture of a ribbon. Embellishments, it's all there. And so every piece, everyone has a product and the code of what it's best for. So handy. And your adhesive sheets are clear down here at the bottom where it says DIY stickers, adhesive sheets. They last a long time, and I think they are well worth having on hand for those intricate dies. Now, I think I am last for the North America today because there have been emergencies. Life happens, let's face it. And so you'll probably find some people popping on with either a live or a video during the month. And then there's a break of a few hours. You've got the schedule. And so you'll see what you can figure out in your time zone when our Australian friends pop on. And I think that's it for me. And so until I see you next time, I'm going to say, happy crafting. Goodbye, my friends. Let's